Final Fantasy is an iconic franchise, but is every entry in the series worth the price? I'm new to Final Fantasy as a whole, but I'm on a journey to play through every one of them to see what makes them so amazing. And I believe that being new to this franchise makes my review of each game valuable, as I hold no bias or nostalgia from past playthroughs. So let's see if Final Fantasy III is worth your time and money. Final Fantasy III takes place in a world ravaged by a recent earthquake. You play as a party of 4 orphans who are on a quest to save the world, given to them by a crystal they found in a cave while exploring after the earthquake. Through their journey, the party is given powers by the crystals to change their jobs, which give them abilities and gear options to use in combat that you're tasked to use as you see fit to clear dungeons, fight monsters, and take down powerful bosses. Let's start with the main draw of the game, in my opinion, the job system. Final Fantasy III was the first game to add a mechanic for your characters to change their abilities and equipment to tackle challenges. Want a full team of Dragoons? You can do that. Want to nuke everything with a party of all mages? Done. Being able to change jobs and play the game how you want to play is awesome, and it makes for not only a flexible playthrough of the game, but also adds a lot of replayability for multiple runs of the game. I didn't run into any parts of the game where I was forced to use a certain job, but there are definitely advantages to having multiple jobs available to you to swap into whenever you feel. I frequently use the Thief class to break into areas I shouldn't be allowed in. Not only is swapping jobs awesome, but there's a whole bunch to try out. There's around 20 jobs to play and try out, each offering new abilities to make for interesting uses in and out of combat. The variety is great. As you've seen in the video so far, Final Fantasy III Pixel Remaster is a pixel art game. It's in the title. But this pixel art has been redone from the original in a huge way. The party members look great, the particles and effects on magic look even better, and the creme de la creme is the monster and boss sprites. There are some truly incredible pieces of art in this game. Let's go, Hein! Dude, you're so cool! This is like the sweetest pirate sprite ever! I know pixel art isn't for everyone, so this is completely up to how you feel about 2D graphics, but I'm a big fan of pixel art games because it reminds me of games I played growing up. I never played Final Fantasy as a kid, but the graphics bring me back to my time playing games on my Game Boy and staying up late when I should have been sleeping to beat the next gym leader in Pokemon or giving it one more try with my army in Fire Emblem. And I would love to talk a lot about the music in Final Fantasy III, but unfortunately there are copyright issues with putting music from the games in videos on YouTube. I can tell you that the Pixel Remaster lets you choose between the original music or the modernized versions of the music as you play, and they both sound really good. I kept the modernized sounds for my run, but I occasionally swap between the two to hear a quick piece from each. There's been some gameplay updates to the Pixel Remaster compared to its original version too, and I liked most of them. There are maps when you go through dungeons, which I used a lot to help me navigate. There's even a map in the overworld that helps me remember all the locations that I've visited before. And the game has great ways to get around too. There's boats, a few airships that you get, and even some creatures to ride. The Pixel Remaster even added a button you can press to move faster on the map, a nice feature for getting through places you've already explored. And there's other additions I didn't use as much because I wanted to keep my run through the game closer to the original, but it's great that they're there if you want to use them. These include options to boost your experience earned, job experience earned, your gil earned, and an auto battle button for those times that you just want to grind. I didn't use these for 98% of my time through the game, but it came in handy at the very end when I was severely underleveled for the final boss and had to grind a bunch of levels to take it down. These features help video games respect the time of its players and let you customize how you want to play through the game to your liking. But not everything in Final Fantasy III was great. The worst part of the game was the story. Yeah, there was a couple parts that I was interested in what was going on, but for a majority of the story, I was just hoping for more to happen and grip me, and it never really happened. The game as a video game is a lot of fun, especially the job system, but I know Final Fantasy as a franchise is known for its music and drama in the stories, and Final Fantasy III didn't quite do it for me. It's pretty shallow, and there are parts that I was clearly lost or didn't understand what or why I needed to do what I was needing to do. I'm looking forward to future entries in the series with the big story moments and totally understand that not every game can be a block of gold. And this leaves us with the final question. Is Final Fantasy III worth the money? Before I answer, do me a favor and hit the like button if you're enjoying this review. It's a free way to show that this video was worth watching. As a lone game at its full price of $18, I don't think Final Fantasy III is worth the money. There are so many indie games that are much better than Final Fantasy III for the same price tag or less that would be more worth it. But I bought this one in a bundle with the other 5 Pixel Remasters, I paid $30 for 6 games, making Final Fantasy III $5. And at $5, this was well worth it. I got around 15 hours of time out of the game in my one playthrough, and if I was interested in running through the game a few more times to fully experience all the jobs, it'd be super worth it. But by the time I was done with the game, I was ready to move on to Final Fantasy IV and see if it was better. Spoiler alert, 4 is so much better. My final verdict is, play the game if you can get it on sale. It's a great experience to see how Final Fantasy has changed over the decades it's been around, but there's a lot to be desired when it comes to depth of story and the length of the game for $18, even with all the modernization and updates the game got from the original. I'm on a journey to play every Final Fantasy game, and there's so many more to get through. If you're interested in seeing me play through every game, subscribe to the channel and swing by my live streams. I stream here on YouTube and on Twitch multiple times a week. I've also got every minute of gameplay from the games I've already played on my second channel, Giddy Replays. Have a great day.